In recent days, a topic has quietly risen to the surface of global conversation. Not a war, not an election, but a question that unsettles something much deeper. On January 18, 2026, a ripple began moving through the financial corridors of London. It had nothing to do with interest rates, nothing to do with inflation. It was something far more anomalous. Helen McCaw, a veteran analyst who served at the Bank of England for over a decade, issued a formal warning to Governor Andrew Bailey. Her message was stark. The global financial system is unprepared for ontological shock. McCaw was not speculating. She was citing years of NASA research, declassified UK Ministry of Defense files, and recent United States congressional hearings. Her conclusion was unsettling. If governments were ever to officially confirm the existence of extraterrestrial life, the consequences would not be scientific, but economic and psychological. Markets could panic. Confidence could collapse. People could rush toward gold, toward cryptocurrencies, toward anything that feels safe. This is not a conversation about aliens. This is a conversation about human fragility. And today, we will examine this issue through a lens rarely applied to it, the Islamic worldview.
The idea that a single revelation, any revelation, could destabilize markets tells us something important. Modern economies are not built on numbers alone. They are built on belief, on confidence, on assumptions that reality will remain predictable. When those assumptions are shaken, fear spreads faster than facts. We have seen this during wars, during pandemics, during political shocks. And this is why the idea of extraterrestrial life creates anxiety, not because of danger, but because it challenges human certainty. Islam recognizes this psychological reality. The Quran describes the human being as anxious by nature, easily shaken when control feels threatened. In Surah Al-Ma'arij, we are told, "Indeed, mankind was created anxious, fretful when evil touches him, and withholding when good touches him." Fear is not new. What is new is how much of our civilization is built on fragile mental foundations. When the nafs, the human ego, perceives a loss of dominance, it retreats into chaos. From an Islamic perspective, the universe has never been small. The Quran repeatedly emphasizes that creation extends far beyond human perception. Allah speaks of the heavens and the earth and of living beings dispersed throughout them. In Surah Ash-Shura, it says, "And among his signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and the living creatures he has dispersed throughout them." The word used is daba, physical, moving creatures. Classical scholars understood this as an open possibility, life, in forms unknown to us, existing beyond Earth. Islam does not teach that humans are the only intelligent creation. It teaches that humans are morally responsible. This distinction matters. Human dignity in Islam does not come from cosmic exclusivity. It comes from accountability, from ethics, from conscious choice. So the existence of life elsewhere does not diminish humanity. It humbles humanity. And humility is not a crisis. It is a correction. The term now being used in financial and academic circles is ontological shock, a disruption of how people understand reality and their place within it. Islam anticipated this long ago. The Quran repeatedly warns against building identity on false assumptions of permanence, dominance, or control. When societies remove transcendence, when they remove God as the ultimate reference point, they replace him with something else. Often, that replacement is the market, or the state, or human reason alone. When those substitutes fail, panic follows. Islam teaches that meaning must come from beyond the material world. Otherwise, every expansion of knowledge becomes a threat instead of a sign. If your worldview is shattered by the discovery of another creation, it suggests your worldview was too small to begin with.
Why would a revelation about life elsewhere affect stock markets? Because modern markets are driven by speculation and sentiment more than substance. Islam has always been skeptical of economies built on excessive uncertainty, gharar, and hoarding. The Quran warns against obsessive attachment to wealth and condemns hoarding during times of fear. From an Islamic perspective, panic selling and hoarding are not neutral actions. They are ethical failures that amplify harm. Helen McCaw predicts a rush to Bitcoin and gold because fiat currency depends on trust in the state. But a society grounded in restraint, in shared responsibility, in zakat and mutual care, absorbs shocks. A society grounded in fear magnifies them. This is not merely an economic flaw, it is a moral one.
Islam offers a concept, often misunderstood in modern discourse, tawakkul. This is not passivity, it is not denial, it is the balance between responsible action and inner trust. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Tie your camel and trust in Allah." Applied here, it means plan responsibly, seek knowledge, but do not let fear govern behavior. Islam discourages panic because panic spreads injustice faster than any external threat. While analysts urge central banks to model risk, Islam calls us to model sakina, deep inner calm. A spiritually anchored society does not collapse when uncertainty appears. It recalibrates.
What if governments reveal something paradigm-shifting? What if institutions lose credibility? Islam is clear on this. Ultimate knowledge, al-ghaib, belongs to Allah. Human authority is a trust, not a source of existential meaning. Governments are tasked with justice and order, not with providing metaphysical certainty. Problems arise when societies expect political institutions to replace God as the guarantor of reality. Islam separates governance from ultimate truth, and that separation protects societies when leaders fail or when secrets are revealed.
Some fear that confirmation of extraterrestrial life would undermine religion. This fear does not exist in Islam. Islam never claimed that humans are the center of the universe. It claims that humans are morally accountable within it. The Quran states, "The creation of the heavens and the earth is greater than the creation of mankind, yet most of mankind do not know." Faith in Islam is not threatened by a bigger universe, it is affirmed by it. The real crisis would not be theological, it would be ethical. How would we treat a new neighbor? With justice? With restraint? Or with the same arrogance that has defined human history?
Islam reframes the entire discussion. The question is not, are we alone, but why does the possibility of not being alone frighten us so deeply? The answer lies in a civilization that tied security to control, meaning to dominance, and peace to predictability. Islam teaches humility before the unknown. The unknown is not chaos, it is a reminder of human limits.
The universe may be vast. It may be more populated than we ever imagined. Islam is not unsettled by this. What unsettles societies is the absence of a moral and spiritual anchor. When markets replace meaning, fear becomes inevitable. When humility is restored, fear loses its power. The question is not whether the universe is bigger than we thought. The question is whether we are spiritually prepared for that truth. We are not alone. We never were.
If this perspective added clarity, not fear, like the video, share it thoughtfully, and subscribe for deeper conversations that go beyond headlines.